Oh, I had no idea what to expect, but it sure made sense when I got there that I was in a foreign place. I remember it being in the Seoul, Korea airport because I flew from LAX to Seoul, and there I was at the terminal loading the Russian plane, and you just knew looking at the people in line, you're like, those are Russians, and like I never really met a lot of them, but I just knew like those have to be Russians. So I get on the plane, and the plane, like it was an older plane, and the air conditioning was next to nothing. It was like a little like squeak of air was like coming through, like that was like all the air conditioning you could get, and it was like that's when you open like all three up, and you're like dying. It's really hot. I had this big burly guy in front of me that took up like 5 seats. He was huge, and I just remember landing, looking out the window. I'm like, where's all the leaves? Because I landed like April 5th, 2008, and so we're landing, and there's no green, but there's no snow. It's like this awkward like transition time. So like we like barely land. It was like a rookie pilot or something. It was just an adventure. And we get in the airport, and looking around, I was surprised at how many trees there were. It was very, very lush, given there was no leaves, but there was lots of trees. So the airport was nothing like I'd ever experienced. You kind of are shuttled from little place to little place, and then all of a sudden someone's asking you documenti, and you're like, okay. You try to like find out which ones, like yeah, and then like they like pretty much take them and find them for you and give them back, and you forget all the Russian you had learned, but you're like, oh, I knew that word. Like 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, I should have said that. And then we came out of the gate, and then I saw a big friendly face, and I knew it was my mission President Everett, and he was an amazing man, and that was such a rush of relief. I had flown in with 5 other missionaries, so there was a group of 6 of us, and that was quite large for the mission, that many missionaries coming in. The mission numbers are rather small, 32 give or take 2 or 4. So sometimes it dips into the high 20s or a little higher in the 30s. So having a group of 6, it was like reinforcements are coming in, like here they come. And I remember one elder picked me up. It had to have been an assistant, I figured, because he was super nice and he knew what he was saying, what was going on. And he looked real familiar, and I found out he went to my high school, which was really funny. Small world, or as the Russians say, tight world. And we got on this old bus. It seemed like it was out of the movie Aladdin or something, because it had all these carpet, little dangly tassels in the windows, and kind of a little old and ghetto. And we throw our bags underneath and get in. And there was 3 assistants at the time and President Everett. And we just chatted on the bus all the way back. And driving by, it was really cool to see signs that had Russian writing. And I was like, what does that say? And like I try to read it, then we zoom past. I'm like, try to read the next one. And my Russian got better as we got on a little bit. And they were filling us in on like the city and what to look out for, meaning like fun, good places and areas that we'd be going through. Like, oh, this is this area, and they told us about where they'd served, and really exciting. And we arrived to the mission office, and we unloaded our bags, and we're like dying because we've been flying on a plane forever. And we're just exhausted, but so excited, running on pure adrenaline by this point. And we finally made it to the mission home. So that was pretty fun. Yeah.